Hey there, it's Patmos and nice of you to join me for this little Ostriv playthrough as we are trying to build a somewhat nice looking town. We've created the first streets and, well, still a lot of work to do, but we're getting there. Let's speed up a little bit. Let's see, we're building a few houses. There's a well incoming, but for that we need some stone. Luckily the stone camp is working, but there are no reachable stone deposits, so that's a little issue. So we'll have to figure out a way to reach stone, which is probably on this side of the river somewhere. At least there is limestone there, so there should be some stone too. We'll just have to find it and then know where to place a certain bridge. Ah, here we have stones. Alright, so it's on this middle island. So we'll have to build a bridge here in order to get some stone if we want to. Now that's one of the things we're going to do. Another thing is that I think we need an extra farm soon. We're not that big yet, but we're getting more and more housing out. Yes, they grow some of their own food, or at least some of the houses, but still we need extra space for farming. So what I want to do is start building a farm somewhere here. Then maybe build some fields around the farm itself, and then we'll see how things go. So what I'm going to do is get the farm building out. I think I want to build it somewhere next to this building. It should be a bit close to the housing so they can easily hire people, but there should also be some space for other things. So yeah, let's build this farm right here. And now we can start to build some fields around it. Although it's only March, I think if we start building the farm first, then we can actually see where the farm is and how we want to build the fields around it. So that could also be an interesting option. Because yeah, I can't really see where the farm is now, although I see the little lines here. So let's see. Because I'm thinking about being a bit more creative with the fields as well. So let's just create one big field here, but not make it too long or too wide. Maybe go something like this. Yeah, this should be it. Well, this is one field around the farm with the opening straight next to the farm, so that could be very interesting. We can do the same on this side. I hope at least that we can, and apparently we can. So that should be nice. Here we have a second field. This is not going to be the most efficient fielding, of course. So be prepared for that. Most of you already know that because this farm isn't about being the most efficient. So, but I still get some comments about it that I should do or could do things more efficient. Yes, I know. But this game isn't about being as efficient as we can. It is more about having fun and just building a nice looking town. Let's get as big as we can. Place is occupied. Ah, so it's a bit too close. Well, we could also just... I want it here. This would be the best spot, I think. Yeah, this works out now. Alright, let's go make it a little bit wide here so that it can have a straight line here and still have the most... Yeah, we can even go a little bit further than this, like this. Yeah, oh, this is nice. Won't be the biggest fields, but at least now we have farm fields that actually are doing okay, I guess, in a way. There's still plenty of space in between now, so they can walk everywhere. And we're making the best of the land, I think. That's what I want to do, basically. Just make the best of the land that we have. Alright, let's go. Too long. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Guess we should go somewhat like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields. They are a bit oddly shaped, of course. So we could try and do at least one more here. Oh well, this could just be the field then, I guess. We'll just go like this. Yep. Well, I think this gives an interesting feel to the farm. Lots of space in between. I like that. So that they can walk everywhere. And we'll see how things go with this farm. To me, it does look nice. So that's a plus. Now, I've been thinking about this little area. And what I'm thinking about doing is making these small houses all on this side. And then we can start row houses in front of this and get a big square in front of the town hall. At least that's my idea now. Now, I am known for having different ideas all the time, so don't pin me down on it. But for now, that might just be something. All right, let's see, because I do want to get into this area a bit more. Because I want to get the streets done here somewhat. And I think we can do that. Let's go a little bit like this so we can see how straight everything is. But this way, we can create a little street here. We create a little street here, but I'm going to fence that off. This should be empty, should be closed. And then this way, we can create really a street here. So I'm going to try that out and expand it with a few more houses. We need to keep putting down houses anyway in order to grow the village. So that's not a bad thing. We need to keep doing that. Alright, this appears to be actually quite straight. So let's put down house number 2. Another messenger. Let's sell some charcoal since we have plenty. That's also about all we have, I think. Let's put in 10,000 so that we have plenty to sell out. That's better, I think. Do we still have jobs available? Yes, but we can actually put in a few more jobs, maybe. Yeah. Just to make sure that everybody can do what they need. Firewood, nothing in these, but we will fill those up. Question is what to do with this. I think we should continue, try and fit in 2 more houses here. Just to make it squared with the town hall here. Although it's going to be a little bit cramped. Maybe we should do this one a little bit bigger. And then here can be a street too. Somewhat wider street. That could also be the solution then. So let's do it like this. And then in order to keep going, let's try one here too. There we go. Now that was a big sneeze, that's why I had to turn off the audio, but also had to stop placing the fences. Sorry about that. We're going to build 2 houses here so we can make this slightly bigger and fit another one in this area. So we get another street here. I think that'll be really cool. And then with these next to each other, we get a street here, we get a street here. So we're really putting an effort in by placing everything in a certain way to make sure that we get those little streets and corners and make it look like an actual town. I think this is what a town looks like. You have to get streets and corners and things and not just very big openings for everybody to just walk around in. Alright, there we go. Oh, there's no plot for burial, apparently. We need to start burying people. So we'll have to think about where to place that, because I don't know. I don't think it should go in the middle of town, but could also do that, of course. Let's see. How are we doing with the food? Because I see we have buckwheat, we have potatoes, we have no flour apparently. We also don't have wheat anymore, so we need more different types of food. Cucumbers we're trying to buy, but we're out. Anything else that we have plenty of that we can start buying from the different houses? Not really that much. These don't have their own produce yet. All of these don't have their own produce, so that's quite hard too. We can buy some flour here. That might help out. Let's make a deal. Let's get some flour. so that at least we can keep up with the asks for food. We're not producing a lot of wheat on this farm, only 2 fields every now and then, so we're going to focus a bit more on wheat in this farm. Luckily, there it comes. So we can start to add the fields to it. I'm not sure if this is already past the sowing time. So I'm going to pause now that the game is done. We're going to add the fields to it. And then see if we can set them up and they can maybe still sow a field or 2. Because I think that would be interesting to see if they can still do that. There we go. We need a manager, of course. Let's do it like this. Apply to all and apply to all. Then wait until we get a manager in here. There she is. Now we can set it up. How many fields do we have? 7. Okay. Well, let's start with a wheat field. To go with that, we can go either with buckwheat, hennep, or flax. We do get flax already. So let's do the first one just with buckwheat. So some wheat, a fallow field, and buckwheat. Then here we do buckwheat and wheat. Alright, that's the first cycle. Then on the second one, we do the same thing with the wheat, but then we put hemp in the mix. That way we also get goods for producing clothing. Some extra wheat. And then on this one we can do something different. And I think I want more potatoes. Now potatoes is 50-30. So what we could do is just potatoes, potatoes and a fallow field. That should be interesting. Alright, let's unpause. Oops, let's activate all the fields. And then I really wonder... Yeah, apparently because of all the hiring that we can see, they can still do a little bit of sowing. There we go. Let's see, because that could give us maybe a very small yield, but every bit of food that we get is a bit of food that we get. So I don't mind. And they're able to hire, so they can do some sowing. That'll be interesting. Okay. Now we have to get really going with the burial plot. Where should it be? We could build it somewhere here next to the farm. I'm not 100% sure that's the nicest spot. I guess we do want it in a certain area, but where should it go? I mean, not near the industry. This is valuable space for housing, so it's not going to go in here. Maybe we can do it somewhere here, because here we have the granary. If we make an area here and put in the little chapel and some plots, that could be a nice place. Let's go for that. And I think we can keep an opening on both sides then, so that they can get in on both sides for the graveyard. I think it should be close to the village, and I think it should be able for people to just go there and watch it. Alright, this should be pretty straight, although the entrance isn't exactly straight, but that's okay. We can fix that later on. Yeah, this one is a bit too long, I think. So if we go like this, we have a better idea of how long this should be. Sometimes that's a bit of a struggle if you want to do things a bit more straight. But I think it should go a bit like this. Alright, this should be okay. Then we should place the small chapel in here. Now usually it's somewhere in the middle or something like that. But I'm going to place it right here now. I do it in the middle here. But let's just place it somewhere here. Let's rotate it a little bit. Yeah, there it goes. Then we're going to plant some bushes along the fence here. Because I think such a building should be... or the burial plots should be a little bit out of sight. And now we can go on and make a few burial plots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then I guess we need to turn them around and do another batch of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we can do another row of bushes to really make this a little bit separate area. And now people can go to the chapel and they can go into this little corner with a few graves. I think that's nice. And it should help to form a path here, because now everybody has to go either here or through there, but maybe they can go in there. That would be interesting. Ah, somebody here is visiting the graveyard. I've never seen that actually. Never took the time to try and find that, so it's really interesting to see somebody visiting the graveyard. We do have a food variety issue though, as you can see. Did the flour come in already? Apparently not. Is it still incoming? I would hope so. I have no idea where the carts come from. Guess we should find that out to see where the wagons come from. Ah, there he is. Now the flour is there. Very good. So everybody should now be able to get flour soon, because it should be delivered here. Let's hope they deliver that quickly. Let's see this farm. They have 1, 2, 3. Oh, all the fields are actually growing. So we should be producing something. Of course, not as much as this. Look at how far this is growing already and how short this is growing. But every little bit could help. Let's see. We have a cart parking here. We have a cart parking here. Not all the carts are in use, so could be fine with just these cart parkings. But I think we should get a cart parking near the farms soon too, so that they can use those to transport all the goods around. Could just make one near this farm. There's no room for anything else anyway. Oh, it doesn't even fit in here. That's how tight we created everything. Alright, so yeah, can't go there. So we'll have to think about where to eventually place that. There's the flour. And are we selling flour? Yes, we are selling some flour. So that works. Yeah, we can see all the problems disappearing because people bought some flour or are on their way to buy some flour. So that's good. Let's see, this is for the thatchery, so they're creating thatch now. Doing a good job. They have to do a little bit of walking, but they're doing a good job. We have a few people to spare, which is good once the harvest comes in. And we're building another house. Okay. Here we have the little alley that we created. Now, here should be streets forming soon, and we could maybe put some trees or little bushes in there, just to decorate it a bit. Ah, the orchard is done. Let's get apples. Why apples? Because they will remain good the longest, I believe. Or it's cherries. At least I know that apricots will turn bad very quickly. So there's no use for that. Alright, we have this one now. Let's put all the wheat in here. It has a capacity of 10,000. So let's set it up for 10,000. Let's put in a worker. Now, of course, there's no wheat at this point, but soon enough there will be. Then it can be gathered here, the mill can take care of it, and then it goes to the granary that's going to sell all the flour. So this is a little bit using the smaller granary to our benefit, although it is quite expensive compared to how much storage space you get for it. But this way we will be able to use it, which is nice. We can see, I love the fact that they've added a way that you can see that this is not properly sewn in because, or not properly growing because it's starting so late. You can see all the openings in it. Same here. I love the fact that they've created that. So these were sewn in fairly early. You can see these are doing a way better job at growing all the different types of food. We could even see some openings here and there. Yeah, you can already see that this one got sewn in a bit later. So there are little openings in here. And the later it got sewn in, the worse it gets. I love that they added that. Really gives something extra to the farm. Well, they've sown in their private lands, which should give a good yield. At least I hope. So we are well on our way, I think, to keep developing this little village. We still don't have stones, though. So let's move this one completely backwards. And think about how to get stone. Well, for that we need a lot of nails. We have almost 600 nails, so that's good. We need a lot of wood. We have 11,000, so that's good. And we need to create a bridge. Now, the thing is, I was waiting a bit to see where this farm would go, because I think this would then be a nice spot for a bridge. Just like this. Because now we can create a road here that they can use and maybe even get a side road going or something like that. But we can also use this space now for different things. So building the bridge there, I think, is a good option. I also think that we should build the bridge fairly quickly, so that they can start getting the stone for the stone well. Because this whole area now does not have a well. It's here, that's the stone well that they're going to need. So we do need to get a well in that area. And it would be nice if we could get that up quite quickly, actually. So we need that bridge so they can start to get some stone. Let's see, a messenger from Merefa. Well, we can buy some wheat there. We don't really have anything to sell at this point, I believe. So we're not going to do that. How much iron do we have left? 300. So we do need to buy some iron as soon as a visitor comes by with iron. There's nothing else that I really want to sell at this point. Do we have some flax? No. No. Alright. We don't have anything for the clothing industry and stuff yet. And we did have a flax field, so we should have had some flax, I would say. Oh, not yet. They're going to create for the first time. Well, we could just export it, and then once we start setting up a little bit of clothing industry, we can keep it for ourselves. But that's all in the future, because we need to get space for the clothing industry, which also needs to be close to the water for the tanner and things like that. So it could well be that we start building the clothing industry in this area and build more houses right here. That could be an option, so I'll keep that in mind. The first storage is done. This one should be set up for stone, and then we can set the other one up for limestone. They're going to build a well now. Where is that? All right, that's here. So we get an extra well in that area. So there should be plenty of water. These just have to walk a bit to get it. But I don't think that's too much of a problem. So we'll see how this will fare along. But I think water-wise we're doing good. All the trees for the orchard are sown in. I like that. Just a few more to go. And then in 2 years, we should be starting to see some fruit come in. We can already set this one up for apples then, because we know it's going to be apples. There will be just one granary for a bit longer, so let's see. This is placed so not in a straight line. I'm almost tempted to just destroy the house and build a new one, because this is not placed as it should be. But we'll leave it as it is for now. There goes one for the thatchery. There's another stone storage. Let's set this one up for limestone, so we can get it all in. And now they're going to build the bridge. And that's a very important one, because then we can start to get some stones. So quite quickly after that we should be able to build the well, because it needs 400 stones. I think they should be able to get that quickly. Alright, growth is still busy. Then we get into the ripening phase in a few days. And that takes a month too. And then we can get our first harvest. Oh, look at how badly these fields got sown in. But it will give us some goods. I'm happy with that. Here comes the goods. Needs a lot of wood, so the forestry can really get to work now. They have plenty of trees chopped down already though, so no issues there. We have plenty of charcoal waiting, so they don't need to get into the charcoal business soon. Almost getting up to 100 people now, which is something I really like. I would like to see us reach that. Money is pretty stable, even though we sell some stuff, or we buy some stuff, it's still pretty stable. Which is a good thing, of course. Alright, this is going to take some time. We could also start thinking about the extra builder's office now. I could go somewhere in this area, because this is where a lot of building is going to happen soon anyway. With the extra builder's office, the construction office, we could get extra builders. We don't have a lot of free people right now, so it won't be very useful at this point. But it could be very useful later on. I actually do think I want to get rid of this house and make it a bit smaller so that the road just keeps going and we can make it a bit more straight. But we're going to keep it for now. This is the graveyard. So yeah, I do want people living next to it. It's just that we we could do something like this and then make it straight again like we do now. Let's try that. Let's just add one extra house to this. We'll make the garden a little bit smaller. But let's try to straighten things out a bit, so that we can get something of a straight road right here and then build extra housing again, or some housing on this side. I think this will work, because now we get at least some kind of straightness. That should be interesting. Whoa, lots of carts going back and forth. I think they could already start to build a bit, but they're just busy collecting all the resources. I just hope somebody is not doing nothing because they can't do anything. They can start to build already. But yeah, they're hauling the carts. I guess all the carts are in use now. No, there's still quite a few actually just standing there. Okay, interesting. Oh, there's a white line. Sometimes they appear. They should go away next time we do a reload. So the next episode. But well, now it's there. We'll leave it there. No big worries. It just happens every now and then. I know the devs are working on that. Yeah, this is not that straight too, as you may know. We could make it a little bit more straight, I think, without too much problem. We can see how not straight it is at this point. So that should make it a little bit easier to make it a bit more straight. And just go a bit like this. Yeah, that helps a bit at least. Let's do this. Build a new fence here too. Now I have to make this straight too, of course, otherwise we'll still have an issue. Yeah, I think this is a bit better. Now it looks just a bit better. Yeah, I like it this way. Alright, very well. I do have to say I love this part though. I think it looks really cool. How far along are we? Oh, almost everything is there now. Then the bridge will get built quickly. And the guys can start to collect stone. As the harvest has started. Alright, plenty of laborers to be used in there. We can release one here. This one should just maintain all the trees by herself until we get to a point where we can actually harvest. I don't know if we leave this without any workers, if the trees will die. I don't think so, but it's a bit of a gamble because it still takes 2 years before they will even start to bear fruit. And I'm not going to gamble that, but that would be interesting. If you know the answer, please let me know. Because it would be interesting if we could just let the people out and not do anything with it. And if we could just get like 2 months a year, put people in there, and all the rest we can just leave it empty. If that goes well, I think I'm going to try that soon in a trial run. Because I want to know how it works. Do we need to keep people there year round to take care of the trees, or can we just let them go? Alright, I think here comes the last batch. Yep. Apparently it is so. And now they should be coming in to start building it. Taking a rest, getting drinking water, buying food. Oh, they're supplying resources to the construction site. Alright, so we get one more batch of goods. Apparently. Or he's just getting a cart back to the parking, yeah. Alright, well, nobody's coming in yet to start building. They're all getting a rest, so they should all be fully rested soon. And starting to build that little bridge. Do we have some flour to spare? 50. Alright, but we bought quite a bit, so if we have only 50 now, we didn't do that good actually. We might also need an extra well soon. We can see now that a lot of people have flour in their houses, so that is a good thing. They're trying to get more, because they want to have somewhere around 15. At least above 10. So as soon as all the houses are supplied with that, it might well be that we start to build up a little stockpile. Which still takes some time though. Well, the harvest is fully underway. First goods coming in. I like it. I like it. Are these getting... Yeah. Good amounts of wheat coming in. That we can use into this granary. And then use for all the flour that we're going to create. There comes the bridge. And then we should see our stone guys start collecting stone straight away. It will take quite a long time because they have to make a long walk, of course. But at least we're gonna get it then. And we should probably tell them, before the bridge is done, to not get any limestone yet. Because I don't want to get limestone and bother myself with that yet. We'll do that later on. Because otherwise they'll just go here and start collecting the limestone while we need the stone for that well. Alright, here comes the bridge. Well, just a few more pieces, but some of them are tired now, going home. Which is okay and understandable, but I want to finish this bridge. There we go. Just a few more pieces. Yep. I think this should be the last, almost. Oh, please, I hope they're not going home now. Constructing a building. Yes, very good. He's taking a rest. He's going to the construction site. So 2 of them are coming back already. They should be the ones finishing this. I'm going to rush a little bit to speed 3. There they come. Because I want to get this done before we end this episode, of course. There they go. Perfect. And bridge is done. Let's go straight to these workers. Yep, there he goes with his little wheelbarrow. Messenger from Merefa. Well, we don't need to buy anything. I do want to buy iron soon, but I can't buy it there. So we'll have to get it from somewhere because, yeah, only 200 iron left. But luckily for us, we have the bridge now. We can see the guy with his wheelbarrow going all the way across, collecting some stone. Well, we've made progress. Build a new farm, build the bridge, expanded some parts, even got the burial site up. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. Leave all your comments in the comment section. I will respond to them. And then, of course, I hope to see you in a brand new video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.